Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. You're going to be sick of the sight of me today. This is the third video I've made. I've been doing a little swatch. I'm not going to do a full swatch, I don't need to, but this is the wool that I was winding onto that winder that I made, making from the hanks. And according to the label says to use 4.5mm needles and that it's 5.5 to 6 stitches to the inch. Well, that's it's a larger needle usually, because this is quite fine when I look at it compared to oh, this is some grey. This is my great-grandson Tommy's doing. You can see the difference. It is quite fine, but this is pure wool and it's not machine washable wool. So I think after 1 or 2 washes, the shrinkage, it'll end up like matted. That's what happens to pure wool after if it has been shrunk in the wash and that. So I've decided that I'm going to use the 4.5mm needles like it says, but I'm also doing a pattern. It's like an open double moss stitch. I'm going to do that stitch all over it. This is for Daggery with the wool that she sent me from the United States, and it knits up quite nice in this stitch. So I think when it's washed as well, I think the wool is probably, I don't know what they use, but I think there's something added to the wool to make it easier to knit. So I think when it's washed, it'll probably fluff up. So that's what I'm going to do anyway, and I've worked out this pattern because this pattern actually does comes out wider than if you're knitting normal stocking stitch, and with a 4mm needle it's almost 5 stitches to the inch, and I've done this on a 4.5 and it's a full 5 stitches to the inch, so it's going to take less stitches on the needle, so it'll take less time to knit actually. So that's what I'm going to do with this, and I thought I'd just upload this little video, and Daggery would probably see it as well, and then you can see the pattern that I'm going to do on it. I'll do this pattern all over the cardigan. And I'll probably start knitting this one first. I have to get the wool for the this Wendy pattern that Daggery thought I was going to knit with that wool, but there wasn't enough wool that she sent me for this one. But I'm going to collect this. Well, I'm going out tomorrow to have a look to see if I can get it anywhere, or if I can't get the actual wool, have a look and see where it's called. It's Wendy Harris double knitting. So I'm going to go to Hobbycraft as the most likely place for me to get this this wool, and see if I can get the wool. I'll have to look it up online. I'm not sure whether it is pure wool, what it's actually made of, but I'm going to look it up and see, and if I can't get that particular wool, I'll get maybe the nearest thing I can to it. It doesn't really tell you on here what the wool is actually, whether it's pure wool, machine washable wool, or anything. I'm going to look it up, and well, I can look it up while I'm sitting here on my phone actually, like. But I say it was Wendy Harris double knit. We've got it here, Wendy Harris double knit. Don't tell you anything about it on that one. Oh, it's a double knit blend of wool, viscose and acrylic. Wool would be suitable for most double knitting patterns. It is also machine washable. It's 100 grams. It's only £2.39 for a 100 gram ball, so that's not actually bad. I expected it to be a lot more than that, so I hope I can find that one. But I know it's not all wool, it's percentage of. It doesn't say how much actually wool it is, it just says it's a double knit blend of wool, viscose and acrylic. So there's 3 different things in it. Maybe have a look in somewhere and it might be able to tell me exactly how much wool and how much acrylic and whatever else is in it. You know, I never think so. I'm sitting here, my phone's on the settee beside me. You know, you can look on your phone for these things while you're doing these videos, Sheila, man, you're hopeless. I'll have another, see, there's another one that might give us a bit more information. Oh, there's some more, there's some better information here. There's 328 yards, actually, 300, that's 300 metres. Might be a bit more information on this one. It's a 100 gram ball, approximately 300 metres. It's a mild 30-degree machine wash. Do not iron. Cool, tumble, dry. It says 21 stitches and 31 rows to 10 centimetres using 4mm needles. Well, that's what I would have got using 4mm needles, but on a different pattern. Oh, it's 10% viscose, 20% wool and 70% acrylic. So there's not actually a lot of wool in it, so it should wash okay anyway. There's some nice colours in it as well. Oh yes, I'm definitely going to look for that one in Hobbycraft. It'll probably be tomorrow. I've been knitting up my area, Killingworth, for a little bit, odds and ends, and then I'll nip down to Hobbycraft. It's Silver Link. Well, that's a little bit of information. That's and I know that I've been looking at the instructions for this pattern, and there is for the parts with the this part, the Irish moss stitch. Well, it's just double moss stitch. That one is very easy. The ordinary cable is easy, but this here, this is where all the rows are coming in, because there's a lot of crossed over. You know, there's a big crossover here and the smaller crossover cables, so that's why there's so many rows in it, and there's 48 rows to the pattern because of that. So this one is probably going to take me a little bit longer than what it normally does because of having to cross over the cables, and I very much doubt if I can do this one while I'm sitting watching the television. So probably when I knit this one, it'll be during the day when my television's not on. I don't have to worry about wanting to watch anything on the television. So I'll probably switch around when I do start this one, I'll probably switch around. Instead of knitting my own things during the day, I'll knit them for night time and this one during the day. Because it's not a pattern that I can take my eyes off. What I do is I have a ruler, and when I'm knitting, I put my ruler under whatever row I'm doing, and it stays there until I finish and then go down to the next one. And that's how I work out these patterns like this. Otherwise I could end up with a mistake. But once I've done it once or twice, I'll probably be able to do it without looking at the pattern. It has to go into my brain a couple of times before I can do something without keep looking at the instructions. Yes, there's a lot of crossing over cables and things like that on that one. So that was just a little bit of information, and I am now going to get some tea, and then I'm going to do some knitting. So bye for now. I'm going to finish that pink cardigan first before I start anything else.